And he says he's supporting what King Harris is doing. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, the Harris family, they destroyed 50 Cent. They did. I'm just telling y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, no, sir. Okay, 50's on a whole nother level of doing things. He hasn't rapped in years. Okay, he hasn't did a beat freestyle in years. So I'm not expecting that anymore. I gave that up. But there is no limit to when you disrespect somebody's mother. And I don't know if 50 Cent ever said anything about Benzino's moms. No, but I do know recently, look, God told me to share this. Benzino just recently got into a car accident and 50 Cent posted it, y'all. Look, I gotta be real. Is there no limit? Somebody gonna get hurt, y'all. I'm just being real. They're gonna run into each other in traffic.
While the industry was busy debating J. Cole's scholarly retreat from Kendrick Lamar, Curtis Jackson was turning a hospital gurney into a digital execution block. The Instagram post arrived like a subpoena to a crime scene nobody wanted to witness. It showed Benzino immobilized in an aspen neck brace, served to millions of followers with 5 words that effectively ended the era of rap beef and started the era of total destruction. The line of common decency didn't just move, it vanished. The digital footprint suggests this wasn't a random strike or a coincidence of timing. It was a calculated audit of a 20-year grudge that has moved beyond the recording booth and into the street-level reality of car wrecks and medical records. 50 Cent doesn't look for an apology. He looks for a jugular. The paper trail of this collision points to one truth. In the streets of 2026, the silence of a hospital room is just another platform for a punchline. Is there a limit when the Harris family
was fired?
Oh, man, definitely the Harris family, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Destroy, man. Tell that big blockhead to stop crying, man, and get in the booth, man. To do a versus, that's hip-hop. Ain't nobody trying to give a about these memes and all that, and all the suck he doing. You know what I'm saying? Get in the booth and battle.
The alliance between Benzino and the Harris family wasn't built on a foundation of mutual respect. It was forged in a cold requirement for Curtis Jackson's public humiliation. The primary weapon wasn't a standard diss track or a booth-ready verse, but a cotton t-shirt featuring Sabrina Jackson, the woman Curtis lost to a fire when he was 8 years old. His mother's memory, on sale in all color. The paper trail shows an alliance choosing the most sensitive nerve in Jackson's history to force a reaction. By aligning with the Harris family, Benzino wasn't just looking for street credit, he was looking for a shield. They calculated that invoking the one person 50 Cent cannot protect would finally drag the mogul out of his television boardrooms and back into the mud of the recording booth. The digital footprint suggests this was a trap set in plain sight. Benzino wants a lyrical match, but 50 Cent is an auditor of... The public saw a shirt, but Jackson saw a debt that could only be paid in the sterile silence of a hospital ward.
Everybody never had nothing that they could really say or do to 50 till King created this wave of t-shirts that everybody's wearing now that is very disrespectful to 50. Do y'all feel like they going too far disrespecting his mama, putting it all on shirts and making it go viral? I gotta ask that.
They got almost like the Power Rangers. Stay one man down. It's great.
No, they shouldn't be putting this t-shirt or this man mama on his shirt like this.
One thing about it is mama ain't here, so it's just giving him a little bit more momentum. Now everybody see what his mom looked like. That's a one up. So it's okay. But shoot, you ain't put a picture of your mama up on the shirt.
No, they got
to look better than your mama.
Well, King was the one who started this when he said, go dig your mama up and put your, because he posted his mama. He said, go dig your dead mama up and put her picture beside my mama's. So then he went and got her picture, put it on his shirt, put a blunt to her mouth, and made a rap song out of it. This is what happened.
The pivot from professional friction to a total collapse of human boundaries arrived with a directive to dig up the dead. King Harris didn't just target Curtis Jackson's business, he targeted his biology. The digital footprint shows a t-shirt featuring Sabrina Jackson's likeness, her mouth obscured by a blunt, sold as a viral accessory to a street war. This isn't a subdiss. This is desecration. The public narrative claims this is about protecting the family, but the internal reality is a monetization of trauma. The Harris family took a memory and turned it into a merch drop. They gambled that Jackson would remain a businessman. They gambled wrong. The mechanism of the 50 Cent counterstrike requires a different kind of balance sheet. To understand the response, we have to look at the cold math of a 20-year trap.
50 Cent doesn't write sad songs when he's mad. He goes for the jugular. Within hours, 50 Cent fired back. And he didn't just tweet a threat. And he pulled up a picture that had everyone's jaw on the floor. 50 posted a photo of Benzino lying flat on his back on a hospital gurney, wearing a massive aspen neck brace, looking completely incapacitated. The headline underneath the photo read, "Benzino hospitalized after allegedly being hit by a car during a dispute with child's mom." And 50's caption, pinned right at the top for the whole world to see, "God told me to share this." The pettiness is astronomical. The timing is chilling. And 50 Cent took a moment of extreme physical vulnerability for Benzino, a moment allegedly involving family trauma and a literal car accident, and served it up to his tens of millions of followers with a smirk and a shrug to the man upstairs. But
the paper trail points toward a strategy where physical trauma is converted into digital leverage. Jackson didn't just tweet a threat. He served a repossession notice on Benzino's remaining dignity. By serving an image of a man immobilized in an aspen brace to 40 million followers, Jackson effectively replaced the recording booth with a digital kill switch. The mechanics of this play are simple. Find the wreck, post the evidence. Attribute the cruelty to a higher power. The digital detectives on Reddit describe a shift in the gravity of the feud where metaphors are replaced by police reports. Jackson doesn't need to find a rhyme when he has a medical record. The digital footprint leaves one question for anyone watching. How do you fight a man who treats your life support as a content opportunity? While the internet was laughing at the caption, the collateral damage was already starting to settle into the concrete.
Destroyed his ass, man. Tell that big blockhead nigga to stop crying, man, and get in the booth and battle this nigga, man. To do a versus, that's hip-hop, man. Ain't nobody trying to give a fuck about these memes and all that, and all the sucker shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? Get in the booth and battle the nigga.
The human cost of this collision is a man in an aspen brace pleading for a set of rules that have been effectively deleted from the pavement. Benzino's ultimatum to get in the booth sounds less like a challenge and more like a distress signal from a sinking ship. He's fighting for a world of fair fights and microphones, while Jackson is winning with a mobile device. The microphone is irrelevant. The screenshot is the verdict. Witnesses to this collapse describe a scene where street credibility meets its final digital expiration date. The Harris family alliance thought that doubling down on the mother disrespect would force a lyrical response. But the digital footprint suggests it only accelerated the total loss of public sympathy. Benzino is pleading for a match, but Jackson has already closed the case using the hospital floor as a backdrop. The collateral damage isn't just a bruised neck or a broken arm. It's the realization that you can't out-rap a viral moment.
That big blockhead nigga to stop crying, man, and get in the booth and battle this nigga, man. To do a versus, that's hip-hop, man. Ain't nobody trying to give a fuck about these memes and all that, and all the sucker shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? Get in the booth and battle the nigga.
The final ultimatum arrived like a suicide note for a legacy that couldn't survive the upload speed. Benzino is shouting for a booth, while the entire industry is busy sharing the meme of his own collapse. The Harris family alliance didn't build a trap. They built an inventory of their own failure. Curtis Jackson didn't have to out-rap his opponents to win. He just had to record the ambulance. The digital detectives have closed the file on this era of street politics. The paper trail of this conflict ends here, but the footprint is permanent. Benzino is still pleading for a microphone, but Jackson has already won using a screenshot. The shift is complete. Street credibility has mutated into a form of digital psychological warfare where the winner isn't the one who raps the best. The winner is the one who can turn his opponent's life into a permanent, unescapable joke, even in the face of death. You can't claim a throne when your hero is being served as a Sunday morning